Can't sleep? That's okay. Really. It's okay. You don't have to force it. You don't have to make yourself go to sleep. You don't have to win some battle against your own mind right now. For now, just let me sit with you for a while. Get comfortable. Relax. Take a slow breath with me. And let it fall out your mouth. No rush. No pressure. Just breathe. And listen. There's something strange about being awake at this hour. The world feels different, doesn't it? The same room, the same walls, the same life. But somehow everything feels different in the middle of the night. Quieter, more honest, a little less distracted, a little harder to hide from yourself. Maybe that's why so many thoughts show up after dark. Thoughts that stayed quiet all day. Questions that waited patiently in the background. Feelings that didn't have enough room to speak until everything else became quiet. And then suddenly, there they are, waiting. Maybe that's what's happening tonight. Maybe your mind is busy. Maybe your thoughts keep circling. Maybe you're replaying something. A conversation. A mistake. A decision. Maybe you're worrying about tomorrow. Or next week. Or next year. Maybe you don't even know why you're awake. You just are. And somehow that can be frustrating too. But listen to me. You don't have to solve any of that right now. Not tonight. Tonight, we're not fixing anything. We're not figuring anything out. We're not creating the perfect plan. We're not becoming a better version of ourselves before morning. We're just here. You, me, in this quiet room. That's all. Stay with me. Take another breath. You don't have to go to sleep yet. You don't even need to relax yet. You can simply be awake. Sometimes that's the first thing people need permission to do. To stop fighting. To stop trying to force sleep. To stop arguing with the fact that they're awake. Because the more that we fight it, the more awake we often become. So for now, let's stop fighting. You're awake. I'm here. And that's enough. Stay with me. We'll take the rest one breath at a time. Nice and easy. Just breathe. There's something I've noticed about the middle of the night. Maybe you've noticed it too. During the day, life is loud. Not always in volume, but in attention. There's always something asking for it. Messages, conversations, responsibilities, decisions, people, tasks, plans, deadlines. The day keeps moving. And because it keeps moving, we move with it. From one thing to the next. Often without stopping long enough to notice how we actually feel. But then night arrives, and something changes. The noise begins to disappear. The messages stop. The conversations end. The world slows down. And suddenly, there's space. Space we didn't have before. And in that space, things start making themselves known. The thoughts we've been avoiding, the questions we've been postponing, the emotions we've been carrying, the loneliness we didn't notice while we were busy, the fears we managed to outrun during the day. All of it, waiting patiently. Not because it's trying to hurt us, not because something is wrong, but because silence has a way of revealing things. Stay with me. Take a slow breath. I need the reminders to breathe too. You know, I think a lot of people assume they're the only ones who feel this way. The only ones lying awake. The only ones staring at the ceiling. The only ones wondering why their mind won't settle down. But if you could somehow look through all the windows and all the homes around you right now, you'd see something different. You'd see people awake. Thousands of them, maybe millions. Some reading, some worrying, some grieving, some remembering, some hoping, some feeling lonely, some simply unable to sleep. Entire lives unfolding quietly in the dark. And somehow, I find that comforting. Not because people are struggling, but because it reminds me that none of us are carrying this alone. Human beings have always spent nights like this for thousands of years, long before screens and alarms, before electricity. People lay awake beneath different skies, thinking about people they loved, thinking about people they missed, wondering about tomorrow, wondering whether things would work out, wondering whether they were enough. The questions change, the technology changes, the world changes, but people remain remarkably similar. We worry, we hope, we love, we lose things, we find things, we carry things, and sometimes we lie awake in the dark trying to make sense of it all. You're part of something much larger than your worries tonight, much larger than your stress, much larger than this moment. You are sharing an experience that countless human beings have shared before you. In this strange little hour, this quiet place between yesterday and tomorrow, not quite one thing, not quite another, just here, just now, and maybe there's something beautiful about that. A moment where nothing is being demanded of you. A moment where there is nothing and nowhere to rush to. A moment where the entire world feels suspended. Just for a little while. Take another slow breath. Notice the quiet, not complete silence, just enough to hear your breathing, enough to hear my voice, enough to hear yourself. And perhaps that's why these hours feel so different, because for once, there's room to listen, room to notice, room to simply exist, without interruption, without performance, without needing to be anywhere else. Stay with me. You're doing well. There's nowhere we need to go. We're just spending time together here in the quiet. Stay with me. That's it. Slow breath in and slow breath out. Good. Just like that. You know, I think there are things people carry with them that never make it into conversation. Not because they're secrets, not because they're shameful, but because they're difficult to explain, difficult to put into words. So we carry them quietly. And after a while, we forget that we're carrying them at all, until the middle of the night arrives, and suddenly we can feel the weight again. Maybe you know what I'm talking about. Maybe you're carrying disappointment. Not the dramatic kind, just the quiet kind. The version that sits in the background. The plans that didn't work out. The opportunities that slipped away. The things you thought would happen by now. The version of life you imagined. Sometimes we carry those things without realizing it. Maybe you're carrying uncertainty, not knowing what comes next, not knowing whether you're making the right choices, not knowing if you're moving in the right direction. People talk a lot about confidence, but very few people talk about uncertainty. And yet, most of us spend a huge portion of our lives there, wondering, guessing, hoping, trying our best with incomplete information, trying to build a future we can't fully see yet. That's a heavy thing to carry. Maybe you're carrying loneliness. Not necessarily being alone. Those aren't always the same. Sometimes people can feel lonely in a crowded room. Lonely in relationships. Lonely in families. Lonely among friends. Because loneliness isn't always the absence of people. Sometimes it's the absence of being understood, the absence of feeling seen, the absence of feeling known. And that kind of loneliness can be difficult to explain. Stay with me. If there's something you've been carrying, you don't need to explain it right now. You don't need to justify it. You don't need to make a case for why you feel the way you feel. You can simply let it be there, just for now. Without judgment, without fixing it, without fighting it. Take another breath. Maybe you're carrying expectations. Your own, other people's, the feeling that you should be further ahead, further along, more successful, more certain, more accomplished, more everything. It's amazing how exhausting should can become. I should be doing more. I should have this figured out. I should be better at this. I should know what I'm doing. Those thoughts can follow us for years, quietly, patiently, always asking for a little more. But tonight, let's set them down. Not forever, just tonight. Just for a little while. Stay with me. Imagine placing every expectation up on a shelf, every comparison, every judgment, every measurement, every scorecard, every impossible standard. Set them down. The night doesn't require them. Sleep doesn't require them. This moment certainly doesn't require them. And neither do I. Right now, I'm not interested in what you've achieved. I'm not interested in how productive you've been. I'm not interested in where you rank compared to everyone else. None of that matters here. What matters is that you're here, breathing, listening, making it through another day. That's enough. More than enough. Stay with me. I think one of the hardest things about being human is that so much of what we carry is invisible. The people around us can't see it. They don't know how much effort something took. They don't know how tired we are. They don't know what we're worried about. They don't know the conversations we're having with ourselves. They don't know the battles we're quietly fighting. And because they can't see it, sometimes we start believing it doesn't count. But it does count. The effort counts. The resilience counts. The trying counts. Even when nobody else sees it. Even when nobody else knows. Stay with me. Take another slow breath. Good. You don't have to carry all of it right now. Not tonight. Not in this moment. You can put some of it down. Just for a little while. Long enough to rest. Long enough to breathe. Long enough to remember that you don't have to hold everything by yourself. I'm here. And for the next little while, you're not alone in the dark. Just breathe. That's enough. Stay with me. Take a slow breath. Good. And let it go. That's it. Nice and easy. You know, I think one of the strangest things about being human is how little we truly know about each other. We see the outside, the polished version, the public version, the version people bring to work, to social gatherings, to family dinners, to photographs, to social media, and to everyday conversation. And because that's the version we see, it's easy to assume that everyone else has it together. Easy to assume that everyone else knows what they're doing. Easy to assume that everyone else is moving confidently through life while we are secretly making it up as we go. But I don't think that's true. Not really. Most people are figuring things out one step at a time. Most people are uncertain about something. Most people are carrying questions they can't answer. Most people are hoping they're making the right decisions. Most people are trying their best with incomplete information. Just like you. Just like me. The difference is, we rarely get to see that part. We see the finished sentence, not the hesitation before it. We see the achievement, not the doubt that came before it. We see the confidence, not the fear. We see the smile, and not the difficult night that happened before. And because we only see fragments, we start comparing our entire lives to someone else's highlight reel, which is never a fair comparison. Not for anyone. Imagine if every person's private thoughts were suddenly visible. Every insecurity, every uncertainty, every fear, every moment of self-doubt, every night they spent wondering if they were enough. I think we'd be shocked. Not because people are broken, but because they're human. Because underneath all the roles people play, underneath all the confidence and certainty and success, most people are simply trying to love well, trying to make good choices, trying to build meaningful lives, trying to find their place in the world, trying to feel okay. And that's a very different picture than the one we often imagine. Sometimes we tell ourselves a story, and the story goes something like this. Everyone else knows something I don't. Everyone else is ahead of me. Everyone else has it figured out. Everyone else is doing better. Life isn't a test that everyone else received the answers to. There is no secret map, no hidden instruction manual, no group of people quietly succeeding while everyone else struggles. There are just people. Beautifully imperfect people. Learning, failing, adjusting, trying again, growing, changing, becoming. the same as they've always done, the same as you're doing right now. Stay with me. You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't. Not tonight. Not tomorrow. Not even next year. You only need to take the next step when it arrives. That's all anyone is ever really doing. One step, then another, and another. Sometimes confidently, sometimes nervously, sometimes with certainty, sometimes without it, but always one step at a time. And maybe that's enough. Maybe it has always been enough. Take another slow breath. Good. Feel the weight beneath you. Feel the support beneath you. Feel the room around you. You're here, right here, not behind, not failing, not missing some secret everyone else understands. You're simply living a human life, a complicated life, a beautiful life, an unfinished life, just like everyone else. Stay with me. The pressure to have all the answers can leave now. The pressure to compare yourself can leave now. Just for tonight. Set it down. Let it rest. Tomorrow will arrive when it does. And when it does, you'll meet it in the same way you've met every other day. One breath, one choice, one step at a time. But not yet. Tonight, there is nowhere you need to go. Nothing you need to prove. Nothing you need to figure out. Just this breath. Just this moment. Just this quiet. And maybe that's enough. More than enough. Stay with me. You're doing well. Nice and easy. There's something I want you to remember tonight. You don't have to carry every moment by yourself. I know it's easy to forget. I forget all the time. It's especially easy to forget when you're alone, when it's late, when the room is quiet, because loneliness has a way of convincing us that we're separate from everyone else, that we're isolated, that we're somehow outside the experience of being human. But loneliness can be a convincing storyteller, and not every story it tells is true. So stay with me. Take another breath. Good. You know, I think sometimes what people need most isn't advice, not solutions, not answers, not motivation. Sometimes what people need is company. Just company. Another person sitting beside them, not trying to fix anything, not trying to improve anything, just being there. And maybe that's what tonight can do. Nothing complicated, nothing dramatic, just a little company in the dark. A quiet voice reminding you that you're not completely alone. That's all. And sometimes that's enough. More than enough. Stay with me. Imagine we're sitting together somewhere quiet. No expectations, no pressure, no need to fill the silence, just sitting, listening to the night, listening to our breathing, letting the world slow down around us. Simply present. And presence is powerful. Far more powerful than people realize. There are so many moments in life when we're surrounded by people and you still feel unseen, still feel misunderstood. Still feel like we're carrying something alone. And then every once in a while, someone sits beside us. Not to rescue us, not to save us, not to tell us what to do, just to stay. Just to listen, just to remain, and somehow that changes everything. Not because the problem disappears, but because we're no longer facing it alone. So stay with me. Stay here. Tonight, nothing needs to be fixed. Nothing needs to be resolved. Nothing needs to be decided. The purpose of this moment isn't progress. The purpose of this moment is presence. Just being here, breathing, existing, sharing this small piece of time together. That's enough. Take another breath. Good. The room feels quieter now. The thoughts feel softer now. The distance between them is growing. And maybe you can feel it too. That subtle shift. The feeling that you're no longer carrying quite as much as you were earlier. Not because anything changed, but because you stopped carrying it alone. Even if only for a little while. Even if only through a voice in the dark. Stay with me. You don't need to impress anyone here. You don't need to explain yourself here. You don't need to justify your feelings here. You don't need to be stronger. You don't need to be wiser. You don't need to have better answers. You can simply be exactly as you are. Tired, if you're tired. Sad, if you're sad. Hopeful, if you're hopeful. Human. Just human. That's enough. More than enough. Stay with me. Take another slow breath. The night is moving around us, minute by minute, breath by breath. And for this little stretch of time, you don't have to face it alone. I'm here. The room is quiet. The world can wait. And we can simply sit here together until you're ready to drift. Ready to rest until sleep arrives. There's no rush. There's no rush. We have time. Just stay here. Breathe. And let go. That's it. Nice and easy. Sometimes I think we forget how connected we really are. Not in the obvious ways. Not through technology. Not through messages. Not through the endless noise of modern life. Something quieter than that. Something deeper. The simple fact that every person you've ever met has struggled. Every one of them. Every person you've admired every person you've envied, every person you've looked at and thought they seem to have it all together. They've all had nights like this. Nights where sleep wouldn't come. Nights where the future felt uncertain. Nights where loneliness felt close. Nights where they wondered if they were enough. Stay with me. Take another breath. Sometimes we imagine that suffering separates us, but in so many ways, it's one of the things that connects us most deeply. Not because suffering is beautiful, not because pain is desirable, but because every human being eventually encounters it. Every single one. No exceptions. Loss, disappointment, fear, heartbreak, change, uncertainty. These things visit every life. They remind us that we're part of something larger than ourselves, part of a long human story, a story that's been unfolding for thousands of years. Think about that for a moment. Long before either of us existed, people sat awake beneath the night sky, listening to the wind, listening to their thoughts, wondering about tomorrow, missing someone, loving someone, hoping for something, afraid of something, trying to make sense of their lives, just like people do now, just like you're doing tonight. The details change, the centuries change, the world changes, but the human heart remains remarkably familiar. We hope, we worry, we dream, we love, we lose, and we search for meaning. Somehow, there's comfort in all that, in knowing that you are participating in something ancient, something shared, something profoundly human. Notice how the room feels different now. Notice how your body feels. A little heavier, a little softer, a little quieter. The night has a way of shrinking our perspective sometimes, making us feel isolated, making us feel separate, making us feel as though we're carrying experiences that no one else could possibly understand. Maybe that's true. But I think that more often than not, the thing you're feeling tonight has been felt before by countless people, countless years. That feeling, the longing, the uncertainty, the hope, the fear, the desire to be understood, the desire to belong. Those things are universal. You belong here, not because you've earned it, not because you've achieved something, not because you've figured something out. You belong here because you're human, and that's enough. It has always been enough. Take another slow breath. And let it go. All that pressure can leave now. The comparison can leave now. The need to have all the answers can leave now. You don't need to carry them. You don't need to solve them. You don't need to understand everything before you sleep. You can simply be here. A human being at the end of a long day. Breathing. Listening. Resting. Part of a much larger story. Part of a much larger family. Part of humanity itself. And maybe that's enough. Maybe that's more comforting than having all the answers. Stay with me. The night is quiet now. Your thoughts are quieter too. And somewhere out there, other people are breathing. Other people are resting. Other people are hoping. Other people are finding their way, just like you, like all of us. Take one more slow breath. We're almost there. A little further. A little longer. A little more quiet. A little more rest. You've done enough listening for tonight. You've done enough thinking. Enough carrying. Enough wondering, enough trying. For now, you can rest. Just rest. Nothing Nothing needs your attention. Nothing needs your effort. Nothing needs your energy. The night can hold those things for a while. Tomorrow can hold those things for a while. You don't need to. Not anymore. Not tonight. Stay with me. Feel the weight of your body and the softness beneath you, the quiet around you, the gentle rhythm of your breathing. In and out. That's it. No rush. No destination. No expectation. You don't have to force it. You don't have to chase it. You can simply allow it. You are safe. No more decisions. No more plans. You can set all of that down. The day is finished. Complete. You are here. Breathing, resting, letting go, and that's enough, more than enough. The room is quiet, the night is quiet, your mind is quieter too. If your thoughts are beginning to blur, let them. If my voice is beginning to fade into the background, then let it. You don't need to hold on to any of these words right now. You don't need to remember them. You don't need to follow them. You can let them drift away, one by one, breath by breath, moment by moment. Sleep deeply, sleep peacefully, sleep without effort. Let the night carry you the rest of the way. I'll leave you in the quiet now. And if you wake again sometime in the middle of the night, I'll be here, waiting in the quiet. Until then, good night. Sleep well. Good night.